Hello everybody, how are you guys doing today? Happy Thursday. My draw, what's going on? Quishy, welcome. How you guys doing? Yeah, it's going well. Yeah, let me get some painting in. It's been a pretty good morning. Yeah, another beautiful day at work. Yeah. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a ratty brush. This brush is maybe a little too ratty. Maybe a little too ratty. Maybe I need to go buy some cheap brushes. But I'm gonna use this faded green, and then I'm going to dry brush over the skin of this mini. That's the goal right there. It's the ISO off today. It's like, yeah, I just need to focus a little better. A mile more. Go. That's a little better. Okay. I hate cameras. Okay. Let's get our faded green here. Get our brush just a little damp. We're going to try to finish these ghouls today. That's going to be the ghoul for the day. I'm not bothered about hitting other spots as long as we're dry brushing, because we're gonna hit some highlights on just about everything on this mini. So, hey, Dundersnuff, what's going on? Okay, great. Next one. How are you feeling today? Better? That's good. Can work today with no pain. Good deal. Like stomach pain? Is that like just like stomach virus sticking around? Pinched a nerve. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Ugh. That stinks. Off to a cruddy start to the year, but hopefully you get all the bad stuff out of the way in the first part of the year. You know? Getting it all out early. So the rest of your year will be good. I think I have like a minor pulled muscle in my neck or back or shoulder or something around there. Trying to take it a little easy today. Good old ghouls. Hey, Tabrin, what's going on? Oh, and a bot. What are we... Oh, thank you, mod. Was that Siri bot? Good job, Siri bot. Good bot. Yeah, we're chilling today. It's been a pretty laid back week, aside from me just falling asleep yesterday and missing my stream time. But otherwise, it's been good. Jaded Valkyrie, welcome in. Fun last night. We had quite a few people, and Mydraw came and joined us on stream. Was chilling before he got onto his stream, and no, we were just chatting. It was pretty usual stuff in the Patreon hangout. Good conversations about Blood Bowl and Magic and Kill Team and Heresy. All the things. So I started watching a show. I've never watched this show. I think I've seen one episode of this show before, but I don't know. It sounded like fun to watch. But I started watching Bob's Burgers. And just doing, like season 1, just starting the show where it starts. And it's been really funny, actually. I don't usually watch like sitcoms or like TV shows normally aren't my thing unless they're like a big thing, but I've been enjoying Bob's Burgers. I've watched about like 10 episodes or something so far. That's the exciting stuff in the painting dad's life right now. You guys able to handle that? Because I know that's pretty wild. Season 1's a bit rough. I thought it was really funny, so I mean, if it gets better, then that's good. I guess I'm more curious on how they can keep this show going for, like 16 seasons or something they have now? That seems a little crazy. I'm not sure if it was going to be canceled after season 1. See more continuity and some running bits later. Okay. That's good to know. Alright, got that dry brush. Sweet. Pretty quick. Let's move on to the next thing, and I believe the next thing will be... Let's get the fur. And I just grabbed some warm gray. Go through all the hairs like this. Painting fantasy minis are a nice change of pace from sci-fi stuff all the time. Although we might be painting sci-fi stuff next week, but that's alright. Go back and get their claws also with this color. Work PC's crashing out. Looks like you just gotta go home. Too bad. Some little highlights on that rock. So that guy's holding a rock. Anybody hobbying today? You guys working on? You guys all at work? Yes, talked to the owner for like an hour. Seems really chill. Got info on Escalation League. Oh, cool. All right. Is that for 40k? 40k Escalation League.
I believe every day's a good day when you paint. I believe it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart.
Hey, Miyuki, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome. How are you doing today?
First of all,
how was your stream? And thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. Doing good. What were you up to? Painting minis? Or something else? I'm here painting some crypt ghouls. Finished off a dwarven druid today. Nice. That sounds really cool. Very cool. I assume for a, is it just to paint, or is it for like a D&D campaign, or something else specific? Only over 500 point Chaos Space Marine list. You can join a 500 Worlds Grow campaign. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Yeah, pick something you want to collect in the long term, right? one more air. We'll come back and we'll get their claws real quick. Guys, go give Miyuki a follow. Support the work, their channel. D&D campaign. Make some NPC minis that can be used in any setting. Very cool. Yeah, that's where it's at. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put down some dark warm gray. We're just gonna get these claws with the dark gray. Very first, intercessors, working on that today. Need 5 to be ready for escalation. Nice. Very nice. I've heard about some of the lore from the 500 Worlds campaign. It seems pretty interesting. The lore stuff. I haven't looked much into the rules. What chapter are you doing for the escalation campaign? You may have already told me before and I forget. I apologize. Dark Angel's successors. Okay. All right, nice. Nice. Word Bearer's nice. Yeah, Word Bearer's really cool. It's good 500 Worlds. Yeah, yeah. Go kill some Ultramarines. Last one for the claws. Alright. Cool. Next thing I need is bone color. So we will go for olive flesh. Hard for you to move away from knights in shining armor. Yeah, no, that's fair. It's totally fair. Got what you like. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's it for the bones on that guy. We briefly talked last night about how Necron's apparently super broken again. In 40k, which I think is funny. Lore accurate Necrons, yeah, everybody else just jealous. That's what it is. I mean, it stinks though. It stinks for people who like Necrons too, because you want to show up and play a game and everybody just groans when you show up with your army that you like. Last time I played regular was 7th edition, and Necromancer Death Star was all the rage. Yeah, 7th had really bad balance. Yeah, I think even like the worst of 10th edition balance isn't anything compared to 7th edition. Hate playing against Necrons. The power cycle, though, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, kind of. Because if it's not Necrons, it's Eldar, right? Right, Mr. Jawbone there. Shiny, at least that's how it used to be. It did used to be like, well, sometimes, not every time though. There were sometimes the codes come out to be bad. But yeah, for the most part, it was, yeah, the new thing was always way better. And I don't think it's quite like that with 10th edition. Now it's just, there are pretty wild swings. The wild swings are anywhere close to how it used to be, but then, like, some of them are still very predictable. It's like, yeah, Necron, Catan are really good, And then you made a detachment solely focusing on Catan, like you knew they were going to be a huge issue. Like anyone could have said that. Could have known that. Right. You've done. I will maintain my position that the best games GW has to offer all made by the Specialist Design Studio. And their rules fluctuate a lot less frequently, and I think for the most part it's for the best. What should I eat for lunch today? I forgot to eat yesterday. I didn't eat until after. I don't know. I'm thinking with a lot of protein because I need to actually eat something good. Hey, Greenleaf, what's going on? How are you doing? Try to make that argument in your local Discord, but people that play multiple games a day, multiple times a week, are all about the churn. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Serantis, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Guys, go give Serantis a follow. How you doing? How you doing, Serantis? How was the stream? You're eating donuts? That sounds amazing. Yeah, donut sounds really good right now. You're crying into them? Okay, it doesn't sound quite as amazing, but I hope they're good donuts. Yes, painting some crypt ghouls. Or for my old world Vampire Counts army. I've had these for quite a while. I've actually had these since I had all my other original Vampire Counts stuff that I painted a year, 2 years ago. I think it was close to 2 years ago at this point, year and a half ago for a lot of it. So yeah, finally just getting around to painting these, clearing out some backlog things. These are among the last things I have to paint for my vampire accounts. At least that I currently have collected. So. Yes, people, yeah, a lot of people do like the churn. I think it does get exhausting though. And the thing about the churn is if you ever like step away for a month, you're just kind of out of it. Like, you're done. No more churn for you. I like a competitive game and you know, being able to to like really focus on making something and everything. But I think the cycle that 40k, I can't speak to Age of Sigmar because I don't play Age of Sigmar, but the cycle that 40k is in is so bad. It's like, you know, minis come out, and by the time you collect them and then maybe get them painted, they've already been like either nerfed to the ground, or like all the rules have changed, and like they're just no longer any good. So it's like pointless trying to collect things when they come out because they change so quick. But then, like, when do you collect them, you know? Because you never know if things are going to be any good or not. And if you're playing for the purpose of, like, you know, being competitive and being part of that scene, then you have to move really fast, and you have to be willing to spend a ton of money on new stuff as it comes out, or old things that are hopefully in stock. Really nice to... I'm very confident we're going to finish these today. At least get basing material on them and drying. So that's what we're doing. This is like our last big highlight. Just on the bone that's here. Do a couple extra colors into their eyes and their bases. He has a lot of bones. Is he Big Papa today? I have not seen him today. No. He's usually a Sunday night viewer when he comes and hangs out. But then I guess the past couple weeks he's coming on a couple weekdays, hasn't he? It's not always true, but a place near me does fries, and that does sound awesome. Yeah, it's almost an entire season. Will you be at my next sport? Oh, okay, Greenleaf. All right. What are you painting, Greenleaf? What's in the on the desk? Aside from donuts that you're crying into. Crispy fries topped with beef fresh herb savory sauce. Man, that sounds really good. I'm going to be roasting turkey this afternoon after stream. I think I'm going to pretty much start it after stream. Cool. Yeah, let me know. Empire and a large statue that was printed wrong. I have to repaint. Oh no, that's too bad. You still painting stuff for Steve? Minis for him, or is this just stuff for you? Oh, other clients. Okay, nice. Have to paint more Tomb Kings. Then paint more Tomb Kings, Quishy. You can do it. Okay, nice skeleton on his back. Yeah, it does sound really good. Oh, you never get to your own stuff. Okay, that's fair. Hey, you're staying busy, though. That's good. Old World Ogres and Bretonians on the back burner. Yeah. Both really cool armies, but I get it. Another guy with a jawbone in his back. Pretty crazy. Said you can't modify. Why can't you modify those ones? Couple little things here. Do a bit of a wash. Just gonna take some white. It's not an option. Strange, huh? white. We're gonna do their bases, just in their eyes, the white on their eyes. We're gonna paint the tops of their bases. Do a wash over some of their flesh. We'll get put some color in their eyes. And then I think we put some basing material on them. A little bit of, I don't know if we need like blood. I think the wash we're doing is gonna kind of be our blood. Okay. Get some black, brown. The base tops. Some larger brush. We'll get some flow improver on it. I have a hobby bingo card to fill out for my local store, so I'm trying. I guess I'm not trying super hard, but I am trying to see if I can't get the whole thing filled out before March 31st. The thing that's going to be most difficult is playing a game, or playing a lot of games. I think it's like 12 games and 13. 12 of the entries are playing games, 13 of the entries are painting something. It has different categories of things to paint, so. This is a rank and file unit. That's good. It's an entry. I've painted a couple characters in an elite unit. So that's been my year so far. Finished 11 models this year. Don't get to submit any of them to the GW Million Model Challenge. What? Okay, so what is that? I saw that briefly. You like make a commitment? Is that like a GW store or something? And if you paint the minis you commit to paint, you get something? Yeah, okay. My local store is essentially just doing raffles, and you get an entry for every like bingo that you achieve on the card. If you fill out all of the entries, it's I think 13, or something. 1 through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 bingos. Plus you get an entry for just grabbing a card. Or for just returning a card. So 13 entries into a raffle for a store gift card is pretty solid. See, how many rank and file? 1 rank and file, 2 rank and file. Okay, that's an easy one. So yeah, I do love gift cards to local game stores, so posted the coin for last year. Okay. Did they do a challenge like that last year? Games Workshop? Oh, dang, they did. Oh, okay. The card award for last year. I wish they did it again this year. Yeah, it's the... What's the million mini challenge, right? But yeah, you gotta do 100 minis if you want, like, the good stuff. Get up to 1,000 painted to show they're doing well and can negotiate things like bigger storefronts. Interesting. Huh. Well, good luck to them. That's a cool goal. Wait. The store wants to get 1 million painted? Your one store? Is it like an independent retailer, or is it a GW store? It's a GW store. Okay, okay. Well, yeah. In 1 million GW minis. How much money is that? Ooh. It is, some good money. Alright, next thing we're doing, we're getting this flesh wash out. So show they do well and need more space, yeah. What I also imagine, there are a lot of people who will be painting backlog, but also there's probably going to be some added sales numbers in there from people helping the store get to 1 million minis painted, and that'll definitely help their cause. All backlog for you, yeah, that's fair. Okay. Small shotgun front that has 2 tables and maybe 1.5 feet between the table and shelves. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah. Okay, there's one particular guy I'm gonna get first. It's you. Does anybody else? Let me see. This one guy has a big blood drool spot, so let's get that first. And we can always come back to that. What I do is get areas around where the bones are cutting into their skin. And some of these guys we can get their hands. I think I did that with my zombies. Get some of their hands, but let's focus on the mouth and then the bone piercings. That's tied, that's tied, that's tied, but this is all in his skin. A couple articles on war. Yeah, I saw the article. Was that yesterday? They had an article. I skimmed through it. I didn't read too much. How many zombies do you have? So I have 40 painted Warhammer zombies for my Age of Sigmar army. These are crypt ghouls. And the ones I'm painted are numbers 11 through 20. So I'd be pretty happy to have 20 of them. I'll try to put them on the board. Do like these old ghoul minis. Not my favorite. I do like the ghouls from that were around before this, the metal ones. Much more like upright in posture and just looked more decrepit. I like those. But these are alright, they've grown on me. It's the ghosts of YouTube. How many Zangors do I have? I think I have like 10 of them, but I never painted them. Not enough Zangors, yeah. I don't play 40k Thousand Suns, so. Having Zangor as like militia allies and stuff, or even like lesser demons for their rules for Heresy Thousand Suns would be really cool. I do see some merit in that. Yeah, magic goat man demon cultist. Yeah, what's not to love? Zangors for yeah. Yeah, you definitely could. You could do that. I already do have a militia army for my Prospero army. Yeah, change it up and doing more like cultist style army would be cool though. If I did Zangors, even for my 30k Thousand Suns, they'd be blue. Yeah, blue would be the way to go. Sounds like target practice. It is all they are. 40k, they got interesting. The shaman can sack one for some abilities. Oh, that's cool. He just like, yeah, just sacrifices one of them. That's neat. That sounds appropriate. I think Zangor should get their own codex. Just Codex Zangor. That would make sense. What if you made them flesh tone? That sounds terrifying. Yeah, normal human skin, like white people colored Zangors. Just looking like people. No, people colored Zangors are too much for me. Orcs look amazing in regular human tones. Sure, I'll take your word for it. Zangors have their own codex called Thousand Suns. Yeah, no one fields actual Marines in that codex. It's just Zangors all the way down. People colored Zangors is what Zinch would have wanted. I don't know. I don't know about that. Marines are two Zangors in a trench coat, basically. Alright, well, let's get our next color here. Get some eyes. Try to put these two colors back. There we go. Alright. I do know I did much less color mixing. I don't think I did any color mixing on this batch of ghouls. So I don't know what I was thinking doing that on the first batch of them. But they might look a little different. I honestly don't mind that they look a little different. because some varieties and skin tone I think is nice. But we'll see. We'll get them based up and we'll see. Yeah, variation. And that's like, the vampire counts in a nutshell have hardly any kind of uniform look to them. It's a bunch of just random monsters kind of put together, like, unless you're doing all skeletons and stuff. That's kind of the only place where you're getting your uniform look. I realized that when I started painting this army and I was writing colors down for my for my color scheme and everything. And then I painted the next unit and it didn't use any of the color scheme colors. And the unit after that didn't use any of the colors. And the unit after that used like a little bit of the colors. And I was like, okay. Like, there's almost no point to this guide that I have. I'm glad I still have it for like the skeletons that I could paint in the future, but get Zangors and paint them in a flesh shade. I'm telling you, man, that sounds terrifying. Like multicolor feathers and stuff on the Zangors. Even uniform material would never be the exact shade. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Especially when some of it's like 1,000 years old and was buried in the ground. Like, how do you get uniform colors to match? Okay. So, the next thing I'm doing on these minis, finish their eyes. I got some Geek Gaming scenic stuff. And some basing material, fast drying basing glue. And we also, let's see, we need to take these off their base, or off their base stand. At least 3, Cajun, African American, Asian, Fallout 3 skin tones. Feathers go from blue to yellow. Yeah, just every feather. Yeah, it definitely will be unique and they will look cursed. Yeah, if you do that. Yeah. Okay, we got them. And why not? We'll take our vampire that we painted a little while ago. We'll get him as well. Okay. Almost out of this basing glue, but we still got some left, so this has lasted me a very long time. Okay, now what I do, here's how you use this Geek Gaming stuff, which I've heard Geek Gaming, there's a chance they might be going out of business or something, so I don't know if it's worth getting stuff early or just never getting into it if you're afraid they won't be around. I'll put like a really thick layer of this on. It's called fast drying basing glue, but you have to let it sit for 10 minutes before you use it. If you happen to use this stuff, don't be too nervous about it. Okay, first one. It's not exactly 10 minutes either. It's kind of an estimation. Here. Take the Ghostbusters route of 1 and 4 being an African guy, make the 5th. Okay. Alright, you're getting weirdly specific about that night trap. Shoot. Only got some up on his leg. If I can get that off, really great. Okay. It's good. You probably should stop with the specifics, yeah. Hey Mari, what's going on? How are you doing? Welcome into the stream. Thunder, you finished up your Demon Prince of Chaos. Not completely thorough with his turn. I might edit him later. You just wanted to battle already. Okay, yeah, that's fair. It's fair. You gonna share your mini? Your pictures? Something new. Why are there no female Zangor? I don't know. Maybe there are, but they're also, I don't know. Yeah. No way to answer that. Taking a new photo since painting the chords on them red. Okay, okay. You phoned. It happens. Anybody else getting a big snowstorm this weekend? We are supposed to get quite a bit of snow. Okay, 3 more minis here. No, that's too bad. The Warmare's zone? Okay, okay. Well, snow is fun if you don't have to drive on it. Or you have to worry about other people driving on it. Trees were exploding up north. Yep, yep. It's exploding tree season. That reminds me of Brian's Winter. You guys ever read Brian's Winter? I read that to my son a year or so ago. That's something they like address in the book, are the exploding trees. Falling iguanas are normal, but not exploding trees. Okay. Just about ready to dip the first mini in the basing material, and I'll show you guys what this looks like after about 10 minutes. Maybe it's not quite been 10 minutes, but you'll see the edges around the glue. You see how it turns clear? That's when it gets really tacky. That's the time when the edges are turning clear when you dip these minis. Because you know it won't all slide off the side, or like there's no chance of the the glue slipping. But then that's about it. I'll end up sealing this mini. I'll paint around the base rims, and then we'll varnish it. But as far as a former painted mini and a newly painted mini, these are a little bit more like yellow and bright. These are a little more dead looking, but they fit pretty well together. I'm not unhappy. Take the frozen iguanas. What happens if you don't wait long enough? And there's just a chance that that the glue will be like pushed, and it'll just like push off the side of the base. So it just helps you. It just helps you kind of keep things where it needs to be on the base. Gently tap the sides. That one's ready. Like, even this one's good. It's just starting to dry around the edges. There's like just a faint line. And like I said, we're going to seal this. So they have their own sealer. It just diluted PVA glue. And some isopropyl alcohol. And those two things will seal these bases just fine. And we'll lock this stuff on here to where it'll never come off. Sounds pretty good. Give those ones another minute or so. But yeah, we'll end up with something like this. And then this basing material, it's pretty difficult to pull it off, but it won't just come off by just touching it or playing with the minis. It's good stuff. And these will basically sit for the afternoon, and maybe tonight I'll seal them. We'll sit overnight, and then this weekend I'll paint the base rims and varnish, and they'll be done. And that'll be another unit done, another 10 miniatures, I guess 11 miniatures for count the vampire finish that we can add to the bingo card. They had snow last year. Nice. Yeah, you shared pictures from your pretty crazy snowstorm. Jaded Valkyrie, come up to Ohio this weekend, and you will get plenty of snow. This guy's good. Just make sure his whole base is covered. I'll show you here. I just slide around in there, tap off the excess a little bit. Okay, go sit on the side. Vampire here. Pretty easy. All this stuff takes. Bring both your hoodies. Yeah, yeah. Oh man. So the next things I have to paint, because these are all functionally done for the day. Let me put this stuff back. Next things I have to paint, I have some Thousand Suns. Now they don't have any red on them yet. So yeah, I need to airbrush red onto these minis. This is a sergeant I made. I have another sergeant here with a bolter. He's got a cool underslung bolter, and he's actually bareheaded, which is I think he's the second mini in my Thousand Suns army without a helmet, or third if you include Magnus. But yeah, this sergeant. And then I have a bunch of breachers. So I have 10 more breachers. So basing tour, I forgot how to do it. Picked up a bunch of basing stuff yesterday. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Sweet. Well, yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Send me a message or post it in the Discord or something too, because yeah, it's pretty simple. It looks good. It looks amazing for what it is, especially for the amount of effort you put in. But I have to put red on these guys. And I use a clear red. And the clear red, after applying, I apply like 4 or 5 coats of clear red over these minis. And then that clear red paint has to cure for about 24 hours. And then I put 2 separate varnishes on top of it. And then these minis are ready to paint. So obviously these are not being painted today. But these are my next thing to paint. I think next week maybe we'll try to paint all these minis. Get all these things done. It should be pretty good. It's the edge highlighting. It's going to take forever on these breachers. So it took forever on the first one. Minis painted before giving it a shot. That's true. That's true. But yeah, that's the plan. So, but guys, I don't have anything else to paint right now. I think I might call the stream early today. Starlit Misfit, welcome in. I think this ended up being a short stream just due to running out of things to paint for the day. So we finished up these ghouls. That once the base material dries and gets sealed and stuff, it changes its tone a little bit. But yeah, we finished up the ghouls and put some basing material on. Backlog on the vampire accounts is caught up. I'm gonna finish those when I can, when all that stuff dries. And then as far as minis to paint for my Thousand Sons, I have 10 breachers and these sergeants to paint. And then I have a lot of like extra weapons for like dreadnoughts and heavy weapons squad and other dreadnoughts and stuff like that to paint. That's kind of where I am as far as painting for my Thousand Sons, but I think that's about it. I might have a couple random characters laying around, but that's the backlog for that. And then I might have some more fantasy minis. I might grab some minis. We'll figure something out, but that's kind of the plan. But I think I'm gonna call the stream a little early today. Yeah, I'll be on Sunday night, provided there's electricity and everything. There's crazy winter storms coming in this weekend, and I think Sunday is going to be the worst of it. So we haven't lost power in the storm in a long time, so hopefully that stays up and our infrastructure is sound and everything. But yeah, you guys all have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, stay warm, guys. Stay safe. And hopefully I'll see you all Sunday. I'll try to update if something's going on, but yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for hanging out with me today and keeping me company. Yeah, have a wonderful weekend, everybody.